To help us understand more about why cancers in certain individuals respond to different molecular treatments, you may be invited to donate further blood samples and have 1 or 2 extra biopsies taken. Let's listen to Professor Morn explain a little more about the rationale for the extra tests.
So in the registration phase, we're testing basically 5 genes. It's quite a simple test, and we're using the results of that 5-gene test to allocate patients into the different subgroups, and we've got different treatments geared towards those genes. The reason for the extra biopsies is because we know actually there may be many more abnormalities than that, and so with the extra biopsies we can dig deeper and try and find even more detail about what's happening in the individual patient, and therefore why the treatment works or doesn't work.
This part of FOCUS4 is entirely optional, and your study doctor or nurse can discuss it further if you're interested. The results will help people with bowel cancer in the future, but will not help doctors make decisions about your current treatment.
There are several different parts of FOCUS4. There are the different trials, and there'll be one trial that a patient will be asked to participate in, but then there are other parts where we're looking at special things that are going around in the bloodstream and the biopsy analysis. Now those things are important because they're teaching us about the reasons why patients are doing well, or maybe where the cancer isn't responding. So they're giving us important answers, but not everybody has to participate in those. So it's perfectly okay just to be involved in the clinical trial bit and not to participate in the extra biopsies or the extra blood samples.
Sometimes the research trials and studies that may excite clinical scientists and doctors may not be quite so appealing to the patients taking part in them. I asked Dr. Adams and Professor Morn if patients and members of the public had been involved with FOCUS4.
I mean, patients and their carers and the public have been a very key component to the construction and development of this trial. They sit on the group that manages the trial. They have been as part of that group throughout the development of this trial and the trials that led up to it as well. Indeed, previous trials we've taken a lot of information which has supported and helped us develop this trial from the patients who were in previous trials. A previous trial called FOCUS3. One of the main endpoints of that was to look at patients' perspectives on this sort of trial design. And that's been a significant value in creating this trial, and the team structure is very important to this type of trial.
So we have been working all along with a couple who are part of our team. One is a patient, a bowel cancer patient, and his wife. And they have been integrally involved with all of the discussions and the design all the way along. But in addition, we did a previous trial which was called, surprisingly, FOCUS3, where we treated 240 patients in a similar sort of trial. And we asked them questionnaires and lots of questions about whether this was acceptable to them, whether they understood it. And we had very good feedback. And it was exciting being part of that trial because there was tremendous enthusiasm, particularly for the concept that this treatment is being tailored to my sort of cancer. That's what I want. I want the right treatment for my cancer. That's what we're trying to get to, and patients really appreciate that concept. The thing I know from previous work is that patients love the concept that this is treatment for my cancer, that it's tailored for what's wrong with me, and that's what people want. The thing that patients really value is that we're trying to find treatments that are suitable for their cancer. So it's not just any treatment, but it's treatment for my cancer. That's what we're trying to do.